Excuse me.
Welcome in, everyone. We are back in a slightly different capacity than normal.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Um, uh, we were not here last week. We were having intense technical difficulties, and Viper was not with us, who still is not with us in normal capacity. He is currently in parts unknown on his cell phone, but he had to be
As you
here
can
tonight.
see.
He just had to be here with us. So we have him tonight. Um,
Yeah, we established that.
what?
My wife's in the other room. She goes, "You burped as soon as it came on."
It was a great time.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Wow.
welcome back. This is episode 41. It is 9:42 p.m. on Friday, May 29th, Eastern time. We are back after a week off, and we'll talk more about that later. But basically, our new capacity of the show is we're going to allow ourselves to have 2 bye weeks a year. We already have the next one planned because of circumstances, so we're going to try really hard not to miss any more besides that. But last week was just we had one person out of state, we had one person out of mind, and one person who just could not get the internet to work to save their lives.
The
So
internet.
so so we just could not have the podcast last week. We tried multiple times. We actually tried on
It's true.
Friday, and then we tried again on Sunday, and we just gave up. So we're here,
Moral of the
for what
story,
it's worth.
folks: always give up.
But we are going to just, catch up. We haven't really talked to each other much in the past 2 weeks, so we're just going to have a fun little variety show tonight and, make the best of the situation. Next week, everything should be back to normal. Doc got a new router, and his internet seems to be working better, as I'm sure it's obvious at this point already. And that's where we are.
Now
We're
we
here.
can see the ugly faces you make.
Yeah. I gotta every 30 seconds or so, I'll just sit there and contort my face in a certain way and look like Popeye the Sailor Man.
All right, so
Yeah, boys, it's
obviously,
been a while, man.
let's talk about the elephant in the room. Viper, how is vacation going?
So vacation's going good. Today is the last day that we're here. We drive home tomorrow, so that'll be okay. We've had pretty good time. Good weather. Except for today. Today it rained a lot. And, Florida, when it rains, it kind of either rains forever or it just rains for like 5 minutes. But it was one of those ones that stood around, rained a little bit, teased you that it stopped, and then just started again. Whenever you got
Viper,
out
I forgot.
of it.
Were you on the trip with us when we went down to? No, you were not. Okay.
No.
Okay. Because disclosure, I've only been once, and we got to play for a jazz ensemble, which I was never in until that semester, and then Vibe was in literally
I think
every
he
semester.
literally was brought in just for that one semester.
Yeah. Pat needed extra warm bodies or something, I guess, but and insert mouse-themed park name here is where we went.
As you can see.
Why are you worried about? Hey, this trip we took over 10 years ago. I won't say where it was.
Actually, if we're being, let's see. Oh, Jesus Christ, it was 16 years ago. Oh, it was also 2 weeks after my mom died, too, so I was not in the right state of mind. But,
Yeah, episode.
but yeah, we're gonna get there. But yeah, I was almost ready to ask you, Vibe, if like, what exactly shuts down whenever you're at Mouse Theme Park? I mean, I'm sure if it's thunder, bolts, and lightning, very, very frightening. I mean, the rides go down.
And then
all the indoor rides stay up.
Yeah.
Anything that's outside, roller coasters, anything like that, when it starts thundering, anything lightning, that's when they start shutting some of that down. But most of it stays up. Like,
so I wonder, I mean, is there like a big timer that says it has like a little timer and it has a little kid going, "Whoa," and you can go back on the rides then? Or do they have to like crowd control with a bullhorn going, "All right, you sons of bitches, stay away for 30 minutes"?
I mean, no, they'll probably close down the ride, get everybody out of the line, and then I guess if you want to stay around, you can just kind of hover around the ride, and then whenever they're ready to open it back up, they normally just
So
let you go in
essentially,
the.
everyone out of the pool.
Everyone, that's really what it feels like.
Cool, man. Because what I was digressing on was whenever I went 16 years ago, uh, we have some really cool shots of whenever we performed with jazz band, and behind us, it looks like a damn hurricane, like, cooking up in the background.
Yeah,
And I don't remember it ever, like, flat out raining, but again, it was half my life ago almost. So, uh, I didn't know if it was shutting down a whole lot of stuff for you guys, in Team Viper. Um,
we didn't really have anything shut down. We had some
uh,
things like temporarily closed,
mhm.
and that's just you know malfunctions or something. But
Escalator
normally that open
temporarily
back up.
stairs.
Thank you, Mitch Hedberg.
Oh, good old Mitch Hedberg. Well,
But
what did Little Vibe get to ride? What did does
so
he
little
have a
Vibe,
preference with stuff, or what's
um,
he's digging down? Because he's getting to the
he
point where
did
he's probably
pretty
going to start
good.
remembering some of this now.
Yeah, he did pretty good, and like the Magic Kingdom had the most that he could ride. Um,
That clocks.
and some of the bigger stuff that he rode, I'm trying to think. He did get to ride Soarin', which is where they take you up, and it's almost like a
Oh
movie.
yeah, kind of like how Thunder Road was at Dollywood years ago. I love
Yeah, but
Thunder
it's
Road.
like intense, and they just opened it back up because of the what quarter centennial.
Oh,
Is that what it was? The 250 years of America, so it's now
oh, I thought
soaring
you meant
over
like
America.
some sort of gimmick for Soren.
No, I mean the ride is still the same. They just changed the movie um portion of it.
On a
But
sidebar before you keep going, has anybody else seen the memes about how Walmart's been selling 250 America anniversary gear, but then it looks like an epitaph because it says 1776 to 2026 on it, and it looks hilarious.
no.
It's just really, really not great. But sorry, it made me think of that, and I digress. I was walking through the Walton World tonight, and I was trying to kind of keep an eye out for any of that gear, and I thought, man, that'd be so stupid to wear. I would love it so much. But anyway,
But as far as Little Vibe goes, either we don't tell him that it's a ride until he literally is on the ride,
uh,
or we bribe him with candy
ooh,
or toys.
ooh.
And both
You're
of
already
those
in the
things,
most magical place on earth. What could make it
I
better?
know.
Sugar or plastics to play with?
Oh, what did he ride today that he was uh, oh, it was like a boat ride through um the Pandora area,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like it's gonna be scary, it's gonna be scary, and I was like, no, it's just a little boat ride. And he was like holding on to me, and whenever we were about to get out, I was like, hey man, did you like that? He goes, no, not really.
I love the honesty of kids. They're the best.
So yeah, he did get to ride a Ratatouille ride in Epcot, and he liked that a lot.
Right, Patootie. Cool.
Yeah.
Did he get to meet any of the characters around the park? Was he up for that, or was that a no go?
Um,
I could
he
see that
was up
going two
for
ways.
that. We got to meet Ariel from the real life movie. We got to
Oh, cool.
meet. He didn't get to meet Winnie the Pooh. We got to eat dinner last night with Dopey, Grumpy, Snow White, and the Evil Queen.
Oh,
We did
nice to
like a
her to
little
show up.
character dining thing, and I'm trying to think of any other characters we met. He got to like hang out with Goofy for a little bit. That was pretty cool.
I mean, his father is goofy, but I digress.
His father was very goofy.
Gosh. The
But
Hulk. Well, cool, man.
We had a blast. I think
Yay.
he was really like he's a homebody because that's how I was. I'm a huge homebody. Like the first night, he was like, "I gotta go home," and I was like, "Dude, we're not going home. It's the first night here." And he was like, "I gotta see my puppy."
It's how my daughter will be if we, ever get to go on one of those trips.
So we like had to
Apparently new
FaceTime.
dog, but I digress. Anyway, carry on.
Oh no, you're good.
No.
So we had to like FaceTime to make sure the puppies was okay, so he could like calm down.
Oh, sweet boy.
But
You mentioned Goofy, and then I thought of this, especially within the last decade, and I'm sure Alden will appreciate this too. Are there any Kingdom Hearts like themed things going around the parks?
I want to say there's one in Tokyo.
Yeah,
Like I don't think it's a ride, but I do know
like
that
a
they
store,
do
an
something
area.
special.
Yeah,
I
Oh,
remember
I don't know
reading
about that,
I remember reading
but
that
they
at
had
some
like an
point they
event.
had like a special item that you could get. There was like a collectible series of things you could get from Disney World every like month had a different one or something for a while. I can't remember what
Cool.
it was, but
that'd be
I
Now
fun.
over at the house, they used to have collectible keyblades.
I had heard of that too.
that might be what I'm thinking of.
Yes. I
Um,
think I showed you guys a couple of
yeah, you got a
or
couple
quite a
of them
few
at
of those.
home. I remember that.
Yeah.
Were they replicas or were they like makeshift pens or like shivs or something? Or
They're like I don't know, they're about the size of a ballpoint pen,
okay,
but they're like collector's items.
that's cool. I'd love stuff like that. I'm sure
And I
now.
know last
I
year
mean, geez, what Kingdom Hearts came out in 2002, so it's 24. Oh god,
yeah.
it's 24 years old. So I'm sure it's going to embrace it a lot more at the parks. And if we ever get a Kingdom Hearts 4, which disclosure, I
See, I
haven't
think Square Enix is kind of holding what they can do inside the parks.
Oh,
Which is funny because it seems like Disney has a stranglehold on what Square's allowed to get away with in their games anymore.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Because we were talking about Theatrhythm earlier, and all the Square Enix properties that aren't Final Fantasy that are in that game. There's not a single Kingdom Hearts song in that game, and
That's true.
You know Disney has to be behind that.
womp womp.
Womp womp.
Anyway, time to pivot. So
Well,
House of Mouse been
well,
good to you.
a good pivot. You know, we're talking about Disney World. That'll lead into a good topic for tonight. Let's talk about amusement parks and experiences we've had with them, our
Okay.
favorite
Yeah.
ones, our least favorite
Yeah,
ones,
man.
fun stories, anecdotes. You mentioned Thunder Road, and that actually leads me to a funny story. Um,
Thunder Road.
so if you're not familiar with Thunder Road, it was a ride in the mid to I mean it was early '90s, but it left around the turn of the millennium,
Mhm.
and it was replaced by some other. So basically,
Oh my
It's a
god.
4D ride. It was basically you go into a theater and you sit in a seat and you watch a film and the environment reacts around like
It's like
your
a
seat
motion
moves.
simulator.
Yeah, it's one of those
Please tell
4D
the
experiences.
masses where it's at, though. Please tell the masses.
Dollywood.
Yeah, baby.
That's what
So
I said.
it's in the Dollywood.
So it was at Dollywood, and around 2000 they replaced it. I cannot remember what
It
the
was something like
replacement was. It
adventure
there was one that was like a mountain thing, but I don't remember what it was. Either way, it was basically the same print, like same kind of setup for the ride, but it was a different story, different video and stuff. But so I was really young when Thunder Road left, probably like 9 or 10 years old. So the new one is the one that I really remember. Um, but I do remember that the one they replaced it with is like this ride that you're in like this biplane and you're flying through the mountains, and eventually it ends with you crashing into a barn.
yeah.
But the thing that freaked me out so much is because it's a 4D ride, it sprays water out during the thing, and as a kid, that scared the crap out of me for whatever reason, and I hated it. My parents tricked me on it the first time I rode it, and I never wanted to ride it again because I was terrified of the water thing. Well, for whatever reason, you could buy the video on VHS and take it home if you wanted to watch it. I don't know why you'd want to, but my grandma did, and she took it home. And anytime that she would watch it, I would hide because I thought water was going to come out of the TV.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, I would have been like grandma and had like a little cup of water and flung it at you when you weren't looking.
But
Or have
oh
like
my
one of
god,
those little mister guns.
it scared me so
Yes.
much.
That'd be funny.
Actually, when I rode,
So
well, when we went, I want to say 6th grade to Dollywood, I did not want to get on the seats. Shocker. So I sat on the non-motion seats, aka a chair,
Yeah, it's
and
like a
just
little
watched.
pull-up chair.
literally
I
just
think I did the same thing, honestly.
Yeah, man. And then afterwards, I was like, well, damn, I could have done that. So I
Yeah,
think
it's
it's just
like
because you go into the unknown, literally not knowing what to expect. Like if
it's
you're going to get launched into the stratosphere, or if it's just going to be like a
it's a kid, you're so afraid, and then you look back on it, and it's like
yeah.
it's literally what you're doing in your seats at school,
it's like, "Oh,
but with
okay."
a big movie on.
Yeah, they actually have one of those theaters in the World of Coke or whatever it's called, the Coke Museum in Atlanta. It's kind of the similar thing, and we went in 2016, and I was like, "Ah, this is like Dollywood."
It's like that
And then I
movie.
got sick off of the free samples.
Smooth.
Ah,
I was actually telling Viper in the green room before you slid in that well, what did I say? I said, are we at the point where we want to say Dollywood is becoming overrated? And he filled in with, it's rated. I wouldn't say overrated.
I wouldn't say
It's a little
overrated,
bit.
it's overpriced.
Fair.
It's still a
I'm
good
not
time.
superstitious, but I'm a little
A
stitious.
little suspicious.
As a native Tennessean who spent many childhood summers in Dollywood and hasn't been
Agreed.
much in the past decade, I will say for outsiders, it is kitschy and unique and an experience, and for people who live here, it is dear to the
Nightmare.
heart,
Nostalgia.
And
but at the
nostalgic, fair
same
enough.
time, it does not hold the weight that it did as a kid because growing up as a kid, I didn't go anywhere else. It was Dollywood. We didn't have money.
Yeah.
We didn't have, means. I never went to Kings Island or Six Flags or anything like that until I was a teenager. So once I, saw what real roller coasters could be like, not to say that the ones at Dollywood aren't good, they just don't have a lot of them. I was like, oh, this place is just kind of, but I still love Dollywood just for the memories of it. And
Fair.
I wish I had the money to go back, but oh my God, it's so expensive now.
I feel like it's just almost like a carcass they keep like shocking back to life or pumping full with more medicine, and it just becomes more
It's
bloated.
supposed to be one of the higher rated theme parks this year, though.
I'm not talking so much about the quality, but
Mhm.
I feel like it's bloated. Like there's
Loaded.
too much stuff in a little. It's fat guy in a little coat.
I think that to me it's well, there's the balance of the line they're trying to draw because obviously the Smoky Mountains are, a cultural heritage spot that are very much in the preservation, and I'm bless Dolly for not completely destroying all of it. Because there's definitely room for Dollywood to expand, but I think they're trying their best not to completely take over the entire mountain. Because if you look on the map, there's still a
Yeah.
lot of area back there, but
Mhm.
that kind of leads to the opposite problem is, well, they have to keep the park fresh, so they're constantly tearing down parts of the park and rebuilding it. It looks like the University of Tennessee campus. It's like every year, it's like, hey, you remember this beloved ride from 20 years ago? Well, it's gone now, and you're never
Screw
going to see
that.
it
It's
again.
gone. Yeah.
So like I
I
saw
feel
a
like they've
Hashtag
done a really good job
hashtag
at
the
like
log flame ride.
completely taking stuff out.
Yeah. Well, I saw a picture the other day, do you remember Dreamland Forest at Dollywood? It was the place that had,
Vaguely.
like, the big multi 3 or 4-story outdoor, like, water area, the
Oh yeah,
jungle thing, and the splash pads, that's where they put the Barnstormer in the not the county fair, but it's where the Sidewinder thing used to be. I'd
wildlife.
forgotten
Yeah,
that existed. I was like, "Oh my gosh, that place was awesome." It was such a cool place, and it's just like, it sucks to know stuff like that's gone,
Mhm.
but then there were some
yeah.
rides that when they
I
got rid of it, I
mean,
was like, good riddance. Like, the flooded mine, that thing scared me as a kid.
No, my
Had
gosh, that
nightmares
one
of
was
that.
bad.
I had
Wait, is
nightmares of
that
that
the
ride.
one that's the indoor coaster and that's you duck down at the end and it
No, see,
splashes?
that is Blazing Fury, and it was a sister ride, but there was an
Yeah.
older one called the Flooded Mine that used to be where Daredevil Falls is, and,
Mm.
it was way more, creepy puppets, freaking
Oh, it was
I hated it.
bad.
I had nightmares about it.
Uh,
It was one of those things where, it was definitely created with good intentions, and it showed its age over time, and not just in a, "Wow, this is really bad because we've evolved," this is really bad because we've evolved, and, yeah, how did we not realize that this was like Hellspawn looking? Like, the puppets were horrifying. Imagine Jeff Dunham's Walter puppet and, like, 30 of those in a flooding mine that's on fire. That's what it looked like.
Yeah.
It was creepy. I hated it. Oh my god, I hated it.
gives me Lester's Possum Park
Doc, you
vibes
might
from
not have
Goofy.
ridden that one because it was whenever I was a young
Yeah,
kid.
it was a holdover from Silver Dollar City. It was a very old ride.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Yeah,
was
I feel like a lot of
gone.
the stuff was just kinda leftovers from Silver Dollar City, but
So they removed it for Daredevil Falls. I think Daredevil Falls was built in '99, so I was only like 8 years old when they
Yeah.
got rid of it at
well, I
best.
was a 5th grader then,
So, yeah, you would have been like, what,
10, 11.
9, 10, something like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I think I
very
rode it once and I never wanted to ride it again.
mm-mm.
I don't recall.
What I do like that Dollywood does, though, is they try to make references to the region and even the park itself around there. And another thing they took out of the park that I hate was, do you remember the tunnel near the county fair? It was like the indoor mine thing you could go through, and they completely
Yes.
just removed that now. It's gone. Um,
Mhm.
I think Doc froze on us. Are you still there, Viper?
No, I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, you both have like frozen on my screen.
Uh-oh.
Hold on, we're having a little technical difficulties here.
I'm good. Are you good?
You are extremely laggy. Both of your connections are dropping.
Uh,
Viper's frozen.
Mm. Well,
he just froze.
Viper, you might need to
Eh.
disconnect and rejoin.
And we're back. It's good while it lasted.
You might need to as well, Doc. Uh, it got really bad all of a sudden. I don't know what happened.
It's good. Let's see how what it is.
Let me see what's going on.
Yeah, I'm about where I've been. Now, you said it's storming you. You think
Now I'm wondering if it's my hosting because I lost you both at once. I feel like it has to be on my end. Yeah, it might
it's
be.
not me.
It might be
I'm,
me, honestly. If it is, we'll end the thing. I'll reboot it and we'll start back up, and then we'll splice it in post. But yeah, I think my internet's. Yeah, this isn't. I think my internet went out. Okay, we'll be right back in a moment, and we'll do the second half of this. So hang tight, guys.
cha-cha-cha-cha.
and we're back. So it's working now. Anyway, what was I saying? So yeah, the part of Dollywood I was talking about was do you know what I'm talking about? Where the train goes through the station, and there
it
was
was
like
like a
the tunnel.
cave
Yeah, it was like a cave you could
that
walk
went
through.
There's a
over.
little gift shop back there
was
with
a
the
gift
rocks
shop.
and stuff.
Well, they've completely
Yeah.
removed the whole cave now. It's just gone. It's just an open concrete pad. But what makes me mad about that was inside the cave, there was like a signpost that referenced the flooded mine, like the ride. So it was kind of like a little relic of the history of the park. Even though I hated that ride, the little lore aspect
Yes.
was cool. And now that's gone as well. So,
Boo hiss.
but
Boois.
I'd say probably the oldest thing in that park now is probably the swings down at the county fair or the bumper cars. It's like the only two things left from the county fair.
Blazed and Fury, maybe.
Yeah, that was from the 70s. That's still there. I never
Wait.
knew this. Did you know there was a roller coaster before Tennessee Tornado, where the Tennessee Tornado is? I didn't remember that.
I don't recall that, no.
No.
It's weird.
I remember them putting in the Tennessee Tornado and waiting
didn't
in
think-
that long freaking line forever.
The Tornado, the Thunderhead. I rode. Well, that's whenever we went after we graduated.
Yeah.
Vibe.
It was called the Thunder
Wild Eagle.
Express, and they
Oh
took
wow.
it down and replaced it with the Tennessee Tornado in '98. And I didn't even know it existed until a few years ago. I was like reading about like changes at the park, and I was like, oh, that's cool.
Mhm.
But of course,
Yeah, I didn't know that.
if we're talking about Dollywood, there is nothing more notorious than the Timber Tower. You remember the Timber Tower? It
Is
was
that
the
the like drop
biggest
zone thing?
it was the biggest financial failure in the history of the park. It's they built near the Thunderhead in Thunderhead Gap, they built this gigantic tower that was like a drop tower, but it also functioned as a teetering pillar, and as you would ride it, like lean over, and then it would spin like this, and you would kind of like drop, and it was like a 3D, almost kind of like a three-dimensional experience where you would go down, but you'd also spin forward, kind of like a disc in a way. But the problem is it was faulty from the beginning, and like it barely ever stayed open to the point where they closed it and demolished it. And I can't remember how much of a financial loss it was for the park. But if you go to the park now, if you go through Thunderhead Gap, like you're going up towards Mystery Mine, it's a giant pond with like a patio kind of dock deck on it, and that's where the tower was. There's nothing there now. But
Mm.
yeah, that was a huge failure.
You remember that large
There was a
water
tower here.
ride
It's
that
gone
they
now.
used to have right there?
The large water ride. I know there were
They
battle
had the
boats
water
there.
logs.
Battle boats. That might be it. With little beepers and
It was right above you.
yeah. Okay.
The boats were right past that part.
I vaguely remember that.
I know that they still have the drop tower because my wife likes to do that
Now, there
one.
is a drop tower, but it wasn't the Timber Tower. The Timber Tower
My
was a
wife.
completely different thing. Your
Yeah.
wife. But
No, the one that scared me as a kid was the log ride. I thought I was legitimately going to just end my life on that log ride as a
The
kid.
one in the
The
fan.
log flume.
the
No, it was just the log ride. You just water flowed
Yeah.
those logs along, and then you had to like hop on like a horseback, and then you just go up this mountain, and then you hopefully don't die on the way down.
yeah, the one. Are you talking about Daredevil Falls or just the log flume in the county fair? The one that's gone or the one that's still there?
The one that's been gone for a long time.
Yeah, that was the log flume. They
I'm
tore
assuming
it
that's
down, I
Daredevil.
think, like in 04 or 05 and replaced it when they did the whole major overhaul of the county fair section.
Yeah.
Might have been later. It was later in 04. 04 was
That
when they
scared
built
little
Thunderdome.
I
Doc
feel
as
like
a
that
kid.
was nothing though.
But I was a little tiny Doc as opposed to big fat Doc right now. So
I will say that Daredevil Falls scared me the first time I got on it, but I loved it
Oh,
once I
we
got used
lost
to it.
him.
oh, we're back.
We're back.
Okay.
What else was
Okay.
Pepperidge Farm, remembers?
my favorite ride with my dad though before I ever was, because I never rode my first roller coaster until like 03 or 04. My favorite ride was, and it's gone now, it was called the Tennessee Twister. And it was like you know what the Scrambler is, right? That big
Yeah.
blue thing. The Tennessee Twister was kind of the same thing, but it was in these little teacup forms, and it was the red ride right beside where the little the semi kiddie ride. You know, where you get in the little semi trucks and you ride it in the little lap.
Oh yeah.
It was the red ride right beside it, but I would love it because it was, it was a spinning ride, but it was also partly inclined. So if you just got it just right, it would like start to go up, and then it would whip you around really hard. And my dad would ride that with me because it was like the most intense thing that besides roller coasters there. But we loved that. We would ride it so much. Man,
Cool.
it was a good park, and it still is a good park.
I think it was always a rite of passage to ride that little. Oh, was it? Oh, that was the other thing. Even as, I guess whenever we were adults, after graduating college, I do vaguely remember trying to get into those little cars that take you on the predestined track that kind of
Oh my
rolls you around this
gosh.
little thing.
Yeah, the little 50s cars.
After like
I mean-
the age of 5, I stopped caring about that ride.
Yes.
I don't know the last time I ever rode it. I
The
vaguely feel
little
like
Viper,
Hey,
we
dude.
put him on that, and
Oh,
he absolutely hated it. He was like, "No, this is dumb."
why do I feel like that time we all went together in college that one of you guys wrote it? I really remember feel like I have a picture of one
I'm
of you
pretty
guys
sure
just being
all of us wrote it.
like a big thumbs up writing it.
I'm pretty sure all of us wrote it.
I did not. I know I didn't. 'Cause I did not care for that ride. It was just so whatever to me.
Yeah.
go.
Also, I have this weird innate fear of like 50s and 60s themed stuff. I don't know why. It makes me uncomfortable. I don't know if it's like the pastel aesthetic. I don't like it. It doesn't sit with me. The whole
We
area of
need
the
to
park I
dig
don't
deep on
like.
this one day and find
It's
out.
it's free. It
Find
makes
out who
no
hurt you.
sense. I don't know why that whole except for Red's Diner. I love
Did
a
you
good
all ever
cheeseburger
notice
from
in the
Red's.
diner? I could probably count
What?
on one hand the times I've ever actually ate there because this food eating there was just so damn expensive. But
And the lines were always too long.
did you ever notice
Yeah.
the clocks in the diner? That too.
Dude. No.
No.
The
Bye,
clocks.
dog. He's back. He's frozen.
Hang on.
This time I don't think it's on me.
Oh, I'm here like
I think
double.
Alden is gone and he's back. I think Alden is
Okay,
gone.
you're good. You're
Now
back.
he's
You're
back.
back. It was you that time, dude.
Hooray!
Oh, this episode's
Hooray.
going to hell real
The
fast, isn't
clocks
it?
at the diner.
No, I don't remember the clocks at the diner. I
We're
barely
going
remember
to
anything
hell
about
in
the
a
diner.
fast car. The
Okay,
clocks in
I'm
the
here
diner, you would look at it and then
double
have like a
everybody.
3-second conversation. Oh crap!
It's fine on our feed. It's fine.
Okay. Just rip
Okay.
one ear off, Daniel, and you'll be fine. Okay.
He'll be home next week. It's fine.
I think. Yeah, I feel like I think they said there was a little gimmick in the clocks where it would like intentionally speed itself up because it was the running gag was you'll lose track of time
I
here at
can't
the
even
diner
hear
because you're
anything.
No.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Well, that's
Can you
weird
hear
because
me?
the feed you sound
No.
perfect.
Oh.
It's fine. We'll just continue on. We will salvage this episode the best we can.
All right. Well, I don't know what to say since one of the three of us can hear me.
How about whatever you say, I react to it in a way that it conveys everything you just said? Yes, I did notice that those clocks speed up so you lose track of time, so it looks like you're there forever. Did you know that, Viper?
Is that what he said?
And then I said I'll have what she's having. And then
And he did have what she was having after he said that.
ta 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 ta.
Oh.
Oh my god, this is so bad.
Who cares?
It's all good.
fine. We're just having fun.
Oh.
We are laughing.
We are laughing. We are having a good time.
You pronounce it
just-
with a silent J, yogging.
I just can't drink anymore.
This burrito is much too filling. The Batman. Oh, we just turned into a whole bunch of Anchorman lines. Okay.
I was actually earlier thinking I want to watch Talladega Nights while I sit here and grind on games all weekend.
That would be fun.
It's a great movie.
Okay, we all hit up Dollywood. We all hit up Dollywood, but
Mm.
is there a theme park that you have yet to go to and want to?
Oh gosh. The list of places I want to go far exceeds the amount of places I've been to.
Yeah.
If you had one, like right now, you get on a plane and you can go there, no strings attached. Where are you going?
I don't know
Disney
because
Shanghai.
I don't really care about rides anymore like I used to because I've started to develop motion sickness the past few years, which is unfortunate. But also, I'm too large to ride most rides now. I haven't been able to ride anything in a long time. But in a perfect world that I could, I would like to take the kids to Disney World. But I'm over here having a minor stroke listening to you describe your vacation, just imagining what does that bill look like? Because I don't want to think
Oh, yeah.
about So, but if I had the
Viper
money,
selling his feed pics on
It's tough.
OnlyFans to get the money. So
it'd be probably Disney World just for the my wife and kids. I know they would all love to go. My wife, even though she's originally from Florida, she's never been. So
how'd she pull that off?
So one of the
she's
people that
from
I come
Jacksonville.
here with, um, they're in the military, so they kind of get discounted tickets,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and that's why we were able to go
gotcha.
Cool, man.
so easily.
Well, I think I established this myself when I was younger, but we went for band in high school my junior year to Universal. And then we previously established me going to Disney when I was a junior in college. And maybe it was just because I was 21 years old as opposed to, 10, 11, 12. I thoroughly enjoyed Universal Studios more. I rode a good amount of rides. I had a good amount of, uh, you know, atmosphere. And I think I just clicked with that more. And at this point with my daughter, who's turning 9 very soon, I would be willing to bet the farm that she's gonna be probably in the same boat.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I had a coworker who had passes and she would go multiple times a year. She retired last year, but she said it was like her favorite place in the world. But no, I've never been. I was really big on. I still think my favorite like a slew of rides of any park I've been to was Kings Island. And I'd like to go there
Mhm.
again, which we drive through there. It's in Mason, Ohio, and we go past it twice a year on our
Oh,
way
yeah.
to
It's
my
like right
in-laws.
outside Cincinnati.
Yeah, it's you
Yeah.
literally see it from the interstate.
Mhm.
Um, but I haven't been. I've only ever went one time, and I was like maybe 16 or 17. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. But it was cool. I was, a little overweight for most of the rides, so a lot of them were tough. But there's a ride there. It's gone now. It was called the Vortex, and it was like one of my favorite roller coasters ever. And then of course the Beast was just all time amazing
Yes.
coaster. The Beast was awesome. Still is. The Sun is gone though. So
I
Well,
got to ride
George
the
Harrison will be
Son of the
sad.
Beast when it still had its loop in it,
see, I didn't.
and I rode it in the rain, and that hurt like a son of a bitch.
Why? Was it just the rain stinging your every inch
So
of your
you're
body?
going really fast. Yeah,
Mm.
you're going really fast, and it's raining, and it felt like pins, like sticking pins, were like jamming into me,
Yeah.
and I was
Yikes.
like, "Oh, this hurts so much."
This hurt so much.
I will say one of my favorite roller coaster experiences I ever had in my life though. Um, followed by one of the worst experiences I ever had in my life was at Six Flags Over Georgia. Right before we graduated grad school, a few friends of mine, we drove down to Atlanta and went to Six Flags, and it was like the opening day of the park that year, and they were not prepared. Good God, it was the worst disaster I've ever seen in my life. The employees didn't know what they were doing or didn't care what they were doing, and we were there from the literally the moment it opened to the moment it closed. We spent the entire day there, and I think even that we maybe got 7 rides in all day, because of how bad it
Wow.
was. But near the end, we rode Superman in the dark, and that was an
Ooh,
experience. Um, just to ride that because you can't see anything in front of you and you're like facing down, and it just
yeah.
felt like you were getting whipped around in the dark. And it was a smooth ride, nothing went wrong with it. It's really funny though when you're waiting in the queue for the ride though, because it clearly says do not have any loose objects in your pockets. And there's like this metal awning, and you're just constantly hearing bang, ting, tong, bong, bong, and just like phones and keys and wallets and change and stuff flying all over the place. I'm like, oh my God, the amount of phones that just went flying. It's crazy. But we finished that ride, and it was immediately followed by the worst experience I've ever had. And that was on the other side of the park. We basically ran to try to get as much time as we had left to ride the Batman ride. And the Batman ride, the notorious one of over Georgia, where someone was decapitated, that Batman ride, um, we rode it and we waited in line for it a little bit, and the first ride went fine, but then they asked us if we wanted to ride it again. But when they did, they, like, did not even, like, come over and secure our harnesses properly, and mine only clicked one time,
Oh.
and you could actually do this. You could feel a gap, like, this big in between my harness, and the whole time I was riding, I was pushing against it with my eyes closed and just doing this because I was terrified that it was gonna disconnect, and I got off that ride, I'm like, "I'm done. We're leaving. We're done. It's over." Let me remind you, I am fatter than all get out right now. This was in the summer of 16. I was only like 220 pounds this summer. I was very thin I was at one of my all-time healthiest. Like, I was wearing like a size large shirt, and this ride still only clicked one time on me. It wasn't because I was too fat to fit in it. It's because the harness was broken and it would not click down. Like,
Wow.
I mean, like, physically, the gap was this far away from me, and you could, like,
Yeah.
do this with it, and, oh my god, I was so terrified, and my friend was with me, she's like, "Will someone come over and fix it?" And we were all yelling at them to come fix it, and no one would come over there, and they just started the ride. I'm like, "Well, I'm dead."
Well,
Ugh.
And
final
I've never
destination
been back
approved then.
since. Oh, one of the people in our group, she was so mad that or it was actually might have been, I don't know, remember who it was, uh, but I think it was either her or him. They called and like tried to get us a refund for all of our tickets the next day because they were so furious about how the whole day went.
Wow.
But yeah, I still like Six Flags, but yeah, it was a rough trip. And to this day, I've been 2 or 3 times, and I've still never gotten to ride the Goliath ride because the first time I went I've been 3 times. The first time I went, wasn't there. The second time, they had just built it, and we couldn't get in line, and the third time was, just disaster. But still a cool
Do
place.
all Six Flags parks have the same exact stuff, just kinda split
No, no.
regionally?
Mm-mm.
No,
They're all
it's
different.
it's all different.
Okay. Because we went to the one in New Orleans about 6 months before Katrina hit, and I don't remember too much about that trip,
Oh,
but I know it got annihilated,
it's still there, and I want
uh-huh.
to, like, explore it because I love, urbex, but it's spooky. Like, it's
Mhm.
absolutely you cannot go in there, but it's so
Yep.
freaky.
Yep, I've
Um,
seen photos on the internet for the
I
last
know I've
decade or
been
so.
to the one in Lexington, Kentucky.
Uh-huh.
I don't even know if it's still there.
there's a Six Flags in Lexington?
There was, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Is it
I
a
know
southern thing? Are there any northern or, like
No, there's one in the north. There's one in, Gurnee, Illinois. It's, like, 30 minutes from where my in-laws used to live before they moved back to,
oh,
Ohio. You could see it, from the Chicago, tollway we'd see it every time we went up there. And, that was Great America, I think, and that one was actually in, a TV show. I can't remember which one it was. There's scenes from it, like, in the opening scene of it. One of those old '80s, '90s sitcoms was a part of it was at Great America.
the Great American Bash.
But, I don't know anything about Great America.
Dusty
I've never been to
Roads.
it.
Oh.
It's funny, no matter where they have lived at, I've always driven past, some kind of amusement park that I can't stop at.
See all this fun stuff? Too damn bad. We're driving.
That's what it feels like. But maybe one day when little A is a little older, we'll, get to go do some cool stuff. But
My daughter's giving me grief, well, within the last month or two because she hears all her friends talking about, "I went to Dollywood, I've gone to where," and then she looks up and goes, "I've never been to a theme park," and then, like, slinks back down into her Wednesday Addams sulkiness. And I'm like,
Oh,
"Well,
good.
how many little girls can say they've done X, Y, Z and done all this stuff?" In my head, of course, I'm not gonna, like, tell her out loud,
yeah,
but
Yeah.
I'll spoil the hell out of my daughter. We both do,
and that's the
but
thing.
yeah, as we're gonna say, similar to Alden, I can't wedge my fat ass on these rides
Yeah.
anymore. I
Well,
need to
see,
lose at least 100 pounds. So
here's also the thing. I quantify life differently than a lot of people do. I do value experiences and memories and stuff like that. But at the same
ditto.
time, if something's going to cost money, I am pragmatic about it. And I say, okay, do you want a $200 ticket to an amusement park? And something that you will experience one day and have memories of it? Or do you want me to go, buy you a new swing set? Or do you want to go get like some new games for PlayStation or something like that you can enjoy more than just one day out of the year? Because I love to have the trip and those experiences, but at the same time, I'm like, do you want to be able to do it again tomorrow? Like, my wife
Yeah.
went and bought zoo membership today. I'm like, "That's cool. That's much cheaper than the amusement park, and it's something that they can do together all summer, even when I
Sure.
can't."
Right.
Plus, the zoo membership, will be great because my in-laws live, like, half an hour outside of Columbus, and it gives us 50% off to that zoo, and that zoo is
Oh.
massive.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Mhm. That's
Hmm.
the cheat code.
Mhm.
Because Columbus Zoo is like $50 a person or something like that. It's expensive.
Fart.
Yeah, so totally worth it if you have it's like I can't remember what they call it. If it's like the Museum for Children, it's called the ASTC. There's something similar for zoos, which we had the ASTC membership when we were at the local children's museum in town, but it expires like this weekend. So I think we're gonna go one more time tomorrow and then wrap it. It's supposed to be expanding in the next few years if the bid goes through, and maybe we'll resub to that. But for now, we're doing zoo this year, just because I think little Jay could probably get more out of the zoo than he could the children's museum at only a year old.
Sidebar. Do you consider zoos amusement parks?
No.
No.
But you're amused by them, and there are small little rides for chitlins.
Yeah, but the thing about the amusement park is you are pretty much shoehorned into an experience that you were expected to stay the majority of the day, and you really can't get through most of the day without having to be microtransactioned, whereas you can easily get through the zoo in a few hours and can prepare to not spend any money while you're there.
I'll
Like,
throw you another bone, and Vipers went through this one today. Disney's Animal Kingdom.
Yes.
That's my point.
it's not a
Disney's
question.
Animal
It's
Yeah.
just I'm just it's a statement. I'm just gonna say
Kingdom.
So, I
Lionel.
mean, here's the thing. Amusement parks, you gotta have some kind of thrill rides,
yeah.
in my opinion.
You mean throwing a giraffe feed to a giraffe is not thrilling to
Yeah,
you?
that's an experience, though.
And does it amuse you?
Sometimes
I
I
rest
may get
my
a little
case.
freaky
Known
on
to.
the side. May get a little freaky on the side.
I rest my case.
My gosh.
I don't
No,
know.
I can
I
see
feel
why
like
Animal
you can have
Kingdom.
a zoo inside of an amusement park, but I don't think that you can call any zoo an amusement park.
What if it has a merry-go-round?
I mean, it's just a zoo with a merry-go-round.
I guess we need to break out a technical definition of what an amusement park is.
Webster's definition defines dumbass. No. Uh, no, I'm just throwing that out there because I know you Viper had talked about Animal Kingdom, and I kind of
Yeah.
vaguely remember bits and pieces of Animal Kingdom because the time we were there, I want to say was 4 days, which gave us time to not have to park hop, but we safely had a day at A, B, C, and D, Animal Kingdom,
Yeah.
Epcot, Magic Kingdom, and
Hollywood.
Hollywood Studios. Yeah. I was going to say Hollywood Express, but that's not even a thing. But yeah, so good old Amino Kingdom. Can you feel the love tonight? Wink. Well,
Yeah.
trying to think of a theme park that I would want to go to. I'd always heard
Knott's
good
Berry
things. Have you
Farm.
heard of Sesame Park?
I've heard of
Se-
Sesame Street.
And
that
Hershey Park.
apparently we had when our daughter was younger, we I guess briefly looked into it or something because my wife had ended up going to Sesame Park. There's a theme park built around Sesame Street,
Oh,
characters theme something up in
Hmm.
Pittsburgh, I want to say. And I have no idea where Jim Henson relates to in this, like where he's from initially. So I don't know if Pennsylvania is like his home state or what. But
maybe.
I think I've got a photo up here on our bulletin board. Yeah, I do. Well, hey, look at that. Hang on, pardon me in my Carmen Sandiego shirt.
Speaking of
Where
which, have you given that said present to said person yet for
Oh,
Carmen
I don't know
Sandiego?
what you're talking about.
Oh, no, not yet.
No.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hubert.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You can see my very tiny wife.
My
That's
wife.
not what she looks like now.
Barely.
Yes. What do you mean? I have crystal clear HD.
No. No, you don't.
No.
But yeah, Sesame Street, Sesame Street. Oh, well, if that doesn't tell me I need to go to that place, and that also tells me my wife's able to listen. You're in a will. Oh, that was a part of the whole shtick was she got to push her grandma around in the wheelchair. Is that the one I know, or the one I don't, or the other one I don't? Okay, yeah, we call her Grammy.
Grammy.
She moved to Arizona,
That's
so
what
she can go.
that's what my mother-in-law is referred to as by the kids, is Grammy.
She's going to go dry out in the sun like a fruit roll up in Arizona. So,
Ours is Gigi
Gigi.
or Nana.
Nana.
oh, fellers, I've enjoyed our
Yeah.
little trip down memory lane with these amusement parks.
I don't know how to
I
tell you
just
this, but it's only been like 45 minutes.
Hey, that's okay. I mean,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that.
I still had to pack everything and still leave out by like 5 o'clock in the morning.
See, that's the worst thing too about packing and unpacking for trips because that is my Achilles heel. I think that's another reason why I just don't like going on trips is because, oh god, I have to micromanage my whole clothing in a tiny little box the size of a car trunk. Go. So, and then
Yeah.
after a week of walking around various places and getting hot and stanky and swamp butt, I get to carry around a smelly garbage bag full of my clothes too. So that makes the
Well,
thing
we
even
we
better.
did some laundry here, so most of them's clean.
For the sake of my joke, sweaty laundry.
We do it smart.
Now, well, you've got an Airbnb or an LMNOP or a Verbo or whatever,
Yeah.
and
Verbo.
so you've got probably the equipment to do such a thing.
We do.
Whereas I'm going on a trip in 2 weeks that has nothing to do with amusement, but everything to do with me being a music teacher. And I'm crashing at a friend's house, and if I didn't have her house, then I would be up, one of them creeks without a paddle, and that's not a fun amusement ride either. But
Yeah, I'll be out of state too for 10 days. But you know what? I am just so looking forward to it. Even if it is like the fields of Ohio, I'm still excited about just getting away from everything for a minute. So
random sign to say, "Hey, you should go to this park."
Speaking of this, this isn't supposed to be any kind of like a partisan or political or religious debate or anything, but are you familiar with the giant billboard outside of Columbus?
Nope.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so on
No, Christopher.
I-75 there is there's this really like notorious billboard between Cincinnati and Columbus. It's just a giant black billboard that just says hell is real. And with no context. And apparently, like, I think it even got like blown down in a storm, and I think the guy just like paid to put it back up, and it's been there for years. And
Wow.
apparently, a lot of people know about it because even our we don't go much, but the church that we had been going to since the kids were born, even the preacher who was from Ohio, like mentioned it one day. He's like, "There's this giant billboard." They're like, "Hey, I know that one." But yep, interesting. But Ohio is just a very long state of not much.
And skibbity toilet riz.
Yes.
What?
I will agree with that.
But it's still better than Indiana. That's the most boring state I've ever driven through.
What about
No,
Gary, Indiana? That's where Michael Jackson was born.
yeah, that's also where my GPS took me through at 7 in the morning, and I was a little afraid. Wasn't happy.
Not happy.
I'm sure it was fine. I mean, if you saw, a man in a jumpsuit looking like a werewolf thing, then I'd be a little upset. But
I mean, no one was out, but Gary has like one of the per capita highest like murder rates in the country.
Was it close to midnight?
No, it was 7 in the morning.
Oh, right. Dang. For the sake of the joke, I was gonna.
No,
I
but
guess it
we
was a
did get off in
thriller of a drive.
we did get off in Merrillville, not Maryville,
Meryl.
while the
Marvel.
sun was going down, and it kinda spooked me a little bit.
What was wrong with Merville?
Merrillville, it was just it was like
Meryl.
I've
Look
never like
here.
it almost felt like a cliche. We got off the interstate and you were just driving down this stretch of road looking for a gas station, and then we turned right on a road, and as soon as we crossed over the railroad tracks, all the lights started to get dimmer and all the windows had bars on them, and there was like plywood up over. I was like, wow, this literally is the other side of the tracks. Uh and it was kind of sketchy. And there was no easy way to get back on the interstate, so we drove through those neighborhoods for like half an hour until we finally hit the Chicago tollway, and then we were stuck in traffic for 2 hours.
Take me back to those barred windows again.
That was the last time we ever went up there because our parents moved again. They move like every 5 years, so it's probably getting close
Just to
to
keep
time.
the government on their toes, make the census look a little shady, right?
You know what? If they move again, I don't care as long as it's closer. That's the one thing I didn't complain too much when they moved where they did, because it's without stops, it's 4 hours closer. It's like 200 miles closer.
So are they getting closer and closer to y'all the further or the longer the time goes? Or
No, because they lived in Chattanooga first, and I wish they would come back because I could afford that drive.
then you could go to Machays.
Machays.
Machete.
I do make it a habit of going down there every time I have to go to Chattanooga for whatever reason now.
I am so sad about McKay's being gone.
Me too.
Ugh.
The cat fur, oh my gosh.
Huh?
Did you
Oh,
not
I
see it?
knew.
Watch.
No, I've got a cat perched up here, so no, I didn't get to see it. This is the old grandma cat's new trick is to come up here and perch on top of the chair, and you'll know she's nearby because you'll hear her go as she jumps up.
I
So
see a cat's face sticking down
yeah,
in the
she
feed.
led down. Penelope Van Houten. Hello. Full disclosure, we have a new dog in the house. Oh, there's Link. Hi, Link. We have a new dog that we're test driving, and he's got pretty low mileage. And
Dang it! I was gonna say it.
pretty low mileage, and was apparently afraid of the shelter cats. So it's looking promising because. Also, full disclosure, I have told my wife that if this dog eats our cats, that she's going to bury the dead ones, because it ain't gonna be my problem. But yeah, so we got a weekend full of a new dog. Her name, uh, her name on the government records was
Government.
government was Chelsea, and then Viper and I would appreciate that because we have a wrestler.
Who names a dog Chelsea?
That's a good question. And my wife and my daughter went through like this ring of like 20 names, and most of them were like human sounding names. And I went, I don't
Stewart.
really lost. No, but they were throwing out Lunas, and
Lunas?
one of them was Misty. Misty is the female version of Brantley for me, because there are certain, or Bentley, that's the one.
Bentley.
There are certain names that I hear that just exude a certain je ne sais quoi in a negative way. And we have settled for now on Violet, which is slightly different, obviously, than Chelsea, but we're testing it out.
I like Violet.
Violet's nice. I threw out the name. I'm apparently really good at naming pets because I named the reptile we have. I think I suggested Skylar for one of our cats. I did not name our Link and Zelda cats because I was vehemently against having to deal with more pets. But then my wife said, but we'll name them after video game characters for your brother. So that way, when you're mad at them and you yell at them, you could think, oh, I had a brother. And I was like, oh, dadgummit, consarned it. And so now we have Princess. Yeah, my wife's really good at playing that manipulation card.
Well, I will say one little story. I don't know if I've told it on here before. If I have, well, here we go again.
Let's do it.
We had one cat. Her name's Heidi, and we still have her. She's our oldest. She's a tabby. She's the only one that she's never been on stream because she doesn't come in here much.
Mm.
We got her in 2017 because my wife was, had just moved to this city, and she was just rooming with someone, and just wanted some companionship. We weren't together yet. I would hang out with her, but we weren't dating or anything. So she got a cat and got Heidi. Well, about a year later, my wife and I had just started dating, and she was, wanting another cat because they're like Pringles. Um, and so we go to the animal shelter, and we find this other little tabby, and I don't even remember what her name was, but we were going to call her Mocha. And she was wild, and she was like climbing all over the cage, but apparently she was like a big pick because everyone wanted her. Well, I had to work night shift. I was still on overnights, graveyards at that point. So I had to go to work the next day, but I told Hannah, I'm like, okay, you go pick her up as soon as they open. So I'm in bed at like 7 in the morning. I get home, go to sleep, and she goes to the shelter to get her. It's, July 6th, I think. It's right after the 4th of July. Um, and so she wakes me up. I'm like, oh, cool. Is Mocha here? And she walks in and puts this little guy on the bed with me. And I'm like, what's that thing?
What's that
And she
thing?
goes, "Well, they already adopted Mocha, and he was pawing at the cage, and he wanted me." I'm like, "Well, I don't care. I don't. That's not what we agreed on. I don't want him." And she's like, "Well, he has to have a name." I'm like, "I don't know, call him Sebastian or something. I don't care." So she goes, "Oh, I like it." So she named him Sebastian, and then I had nothing to do with him that first day, but like context. He was only 4 months old when we got him, so he was really tiny. He was
He's
like
just a
just a
baby.
baby, and I still have the picture of him. He got really scared, and, um, that night he was in my kitchen, and he had diarrhea all over, like, the linoleum floor, and I walk in and I see him, and he's just sitting there, and he's like, and I just look at him, I'm like, "It's okay." And I just, like,
Mm.
started to, like, comfort him, and at some point, I think, like, a few weeks later, I had gotten sick. We lost Viper. I don't know what happened to him. Uh
Yeah.
I had gotten sick, and I was lying on the couch, and then Sebastian just crawls up in my lap and just lays there. And at some point or other, this cat just became inseparable for me, and he's always with me. He sleeps with me almost every night. He's in here on my lap almost every stream, and he's 8 years old now, and he's always with me at all times. And he'll do this. Watch this. Hey, hey, come here, up. Don't make a fool out of me. Come here, come here.
Nope, don't believe
Jump,
you.
jump, jump up. Come on, come
Your armpit
on.
smells like cheese.
Chest, chest, chest. Come here. Come here.
I am not a
Come on.
monkey.
There he is. Come on. Oh, he'll sometimes climb up on me. Like, watch this. Hey, hey, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here.
Baby.
Like that.
You were giving me kind of James Bond villain vibes when you were sitting there going, "So, let me tell you about
No, it's
my companion.
Mr. Bigglesworth.
You
$1
think you can
million
escape?
dollars.
You can you can escape our grasp?" The answer is no.
Mhm. But I guess we've lost fiber for the night. But you know what? We can wrap it. He's getting antsy. He's like, I gotta pack. I gotta go to bed. So anyway, just a small little housekeeping things. We'll be back to normal on next Friday. Theoretically, it may actually be Saturday, if that's okay with you, because when are you leaving for your
It
trip?
won't be until I got 2 more weeks.
Okay. So my wife is going to be leaving on Thursday, and she won't be back until Saturday. So essentially, Thursday and Friday night, I'm going to be here alone with both kids. And I don't see that panning out at all for me streaming, unless at best I get the oldest to sleep and I hold the youngest one while we're doing this. But it's been a nightmare trying to get either of them to do anything. I'm wondering if by chance my mom would like let the oldest spend the night with her a night or two, because he's not too much of a handful by himself. I'm gonna
Mhm.
talk to her this week about that because she's already gonna be watching him on Friday anyways. And if that's the case, I can probably, just hold little Jay while we do the podcast. I've done it before,
Mhm.
and just duck out if he just starts, having a tantrum. But we'll see. If not, I'll just do it Saturday. I just don't want to miss out on my, a good long night for some Final Fantasy. It was just my second point. Um, tomorrow, I don't know, you got any stream plans? Are you gonna start streaming again? Or are you still just kinda
Now that's slight full disclosure here. I did officially start my summer break last Friday, and we just didn't get to talk about it. But there was a huge personal situation last week, and I've not really been up in the mood for doing much.
Yeah.
But we I won't go into details, but now the dust is settling a little bit, and I've got a little bit of more free time officially now. I might start picking something up. I'm right now. I'm just playing through Resident Evil 4 and can taking my time with it because I've only played it once since the remake came out, and I kind of
Okay.
got influenced by you because you've been platinum and stuff left and right, and I have, as of now, platinumed 2 Resident Evil games.
You got more than I
I
do.
got Requiem and Resident Evil 2. No,
That's
7. I think I'm really close to beating or
tho
platinuming Resident Evil
that's
2.
still impressive to me. Requiem's the only
Yeah.
one I've done, and it's just because it was easy.
And and I digress, but I think that's kinda what I wanna dig into lately, is just maybe see if I can start platinuming,
Dude, I
some
will
of these
support
Resident
you
Evil
all the
games,
way.
so yeah,
Absolutely, that's awesome.
sweet.
I still think it would
Well,
be
that means
cool if I could, if it, whether it be through making enamel pins or 3D printing or something, but having like little specific physical trophies that you could have for each of those games. I'd love to make like a little collage thing on my wall of the Final Fantasies that I finished because I like having the little collage on my stream feed is cool, but I would love to have something tangible.
I thought about making a pin board because 'cause I've got a couple pins I've started collecting now, and I
Mm.
thought that would be a real cool, like, little thing to have, like,
See, that's what I want to do
uh,
because for the most part, I think it was is Yoshitaka Amano is the artist who did the logos for the series, and all those
so
games have very distinct logos. I would love to have an enamel pin of each of the logos, and I put it on a board when I actually get the platinum.
I'm sure
Um,
someone out there has either
it'd be
illegally
s-
made them or there's been
it'd be
something legal
really
made.
cool. I wish I knew how to make
Yeah.
enamel pins, but so yeah. So tomorrow, if I can get away with it. I'm going to try to do a 1 to 2 hour stream sometime during the day. I promised my wife she's going to finally come back and start streaming tomorrow. She's either going to stream Paralives if it works. I don't know how well the bandwidth of my computer can run Streamlabs and also play a game on it. I tried it with Final Fantasy 14 once and it was stuttery mess. Um, but if she can't do that, I think she also wants to stream Hello Kitty Island Adventure. She hasn't streamed since like October, but she wants to start again. I promised her a day stream on Saturday and Sundays. Um, but if I can squeeze in time tomorrow, I want to do a stream of Theatrhythm again, which I played it last November on, I want to say is it Veterans Day in November?
Mhm.
Yeah, because I had off work and she didn't. I called it Final Fan Tuesday, and I just played some Final Fantasy spin-off games, and not like ones that I won't finish, but just to say that I played them on stream. Well, I'm at the very last 3 trophies for Theatrhythm, and I could probably get them within 2 hours, and I thought that'd be fun to stream and actually, accomplish that on stream. But my weekend nights are so full that I'd have to squeeze it in because tomorrow night we are starting Lightning Returns, the finale of the trilogy, as you can see over there. And then Sunday night, you can barely see it off screen, we are finally going to build this Lego Game Boy for hitting 200 followers. That's been in the works
Woo!
for weeks, but we're finally doing that. Um,
And I stole your idea on that too. I finally dug this out of storage, and I could put this together.
oh, that's cool.
I know. It's been a
Mega
birthday present
Beatles.
that's kinda set, uh, at Sullivan Theater. I wanna put it up in my classroom somewhere if I can find a spot where 5-year-olds won't,
Yeah.
Godzilla wreck it. But,
So,
yeah,
so that's my weekend
I'm copying
plans.
you. I learned it from watching you.
But then I'll be doing that for Lightning Returns pretty much nonstop until I leave for a vacation. I'm gonna try to squeeze it in anytime I can get. Basically, my schedule is going to be I'm going to stream tonight, and this night Hannah's going to stream, and if she doesn't stream, I'm taking over a spot and I'm streaming in her place. But it also might be that this game is a lot of off-stream stuff, and I just pick it up sporadically because it's a very cyclical game. We'll see after tomorrow night what it's going to be like, but my goal is to still finish it before we go to Ohio. And then that's going to be we're going to be missing. We're all in agreement that our second bye week is going to be on Juneteenth, the 19th, because I'm going to be in Ohio. Doc's going to be out of state as well. I don't know what Viper's going to be doing, but I'm sure he'll be busy as well. So we'll be
'Cause it'll be
missing.
Father's Day weekend, babies.
Yeah, we'll be missing that week. So I think most likely we're going to be our next podcast will be on the 6th on Saturday, just because it's going to be rough. We won't, or then we'll be back on the 12th. I think, will you be here on the 12th yet, or will you still be
No,
here?
shouldn't be. Shouldn't be. I should be good.
Okay. And if you're not, I'm sure Viper and I can still pull it together. We'll be off the 19th, and then we'll be back to full schedule. And I think roughly around the beginning of August is when more season finale will be, and we'll be wrapping up and getting ready for season 2. So got a lot of prep to do before then. I got to make some new music, some new art and stuff. But anyway, this was a cluster of an episode, but it's what it is, and it's always
Keeps us
fun
on our
anyways.
toes.
So, anyway, we're not going to do any kind of like a raid or anything tonight. We're just going to head out of here. I'm going to go hang out some more until I just pass out on the couch, and then just try to enjoy the most of my weekend. But anyway, I
Sweet.
will see you all online tomorrow, and we'll see you on the podcast either next Friday or Saturday, depending on what my kids allow me to do. So, anyway,
Cool.
hope you guys have a great night. I'm going to bed whenever I go to bed, but I will see you around. Yeah, so see you guys. Have a good night, and thanks for being here.
Deuces, oozes.
We'll see you on episode 42.
Whoop.